What's going on, people? Hello, hello. Okay, I just have to adjust. There we go. Hello. Actually, that's too high. Whatever, I'll figure it out as we go. Hello, everybody. We're back for another day of streaming. And today, I'm actually pretty excited. I think we have a really good channel lined up. I came across this channel when I was just doing some searches for some of the topics that I know align themselves with the people that we like to watch. And I think a couple streams ago, I was saying something like, a lot of these channels are just people kind of talking at a camera and not really doing much else, you know, like a lot of the channels like that cover these topics that we look at, but this channel's not that. So I'm pretty excited. I think it's kind of just a syndrome of people doing this stuff, just not really being tech savvy, you know, like they're just not the types of people who are going to be having a lot of experience with tech or like just doing stuff visually with tech, right? So they can turn a camera on, they can point it at themselves, they can film something, but doing anything beyond that is typically not within, like, it's beyond their depth, you know? So the channel we've got tonight is not that. I'm pretty excited. But I hope everyone's doing well out there. Seems like we're kind of slow today, so maybe people will be chugging in, you know, trickling in as we go along here. I do, for my VOD watchers, I have to apologize for not making the last few VODs public yet, because they're up, but I just haven't published them just yet. I have to like write up the channel description, the video description and do the timestamps and stuff, and I've just been like putting that like at the bottom of my to-do. So there should be some new VODs up today. If you are a VOD watcher, there should be 3 of them because they're all uploaded and ready to go. So that's one thing. I've been slacking on the YouTube edits because I've kind of been reimagining what I want the YouTube videos to look like, what I want the content to feel like. So I'm gonna get back to editing pretty soon, probably like tomorrow, to be honest, but I haven't taken the steps to do that yet. So if you're craving that, my bad, but that's coming too. I just had to I had to transition into summer mode, you know? I was coming off of the end of the year, the end of like the COVID school year with like all the protocols and shit. I was coming off of that going into summer, you know, and then just kind of figuring out like what does my schedule look like. So yeah, I mean, we might as well just start with what we're going to be looking at today. I don't know how much we can get through these videos. Luckily, unlike some of the other things we watch, sometimes these videos are not going to be longer than 10 minutes on average, which is sweet. And it's not even just because this person is trying to hit that 10-minute mark, you know? You know those YouTube channels where like you can tell that the creator is only interested in getting to the 10-minute mark because like every single one of their videos is like 10 minutes 1 second, 10 minutes 2 seconds, 10 minutes 16 seconds, you know? It's like never anything more than that. Which I wonder, I don't know much about the YouTube algorithm now, but I know back in the day, that was like your target time. It was like, if you're not hitting 10 minutes, then you're doing something wrong. The algorithm isn't going to favor that content. But I honestly don't think that matters as much anymore. I feel like they reshape the way that the algorithm does its recommendations on the regular, you know? So I haven't really like caught up to what they do now. But, yeah, I'm just happy that we're not going to have to like watch a video that's like 25 to 30 minutes long. I feel like a lot of the stuff we watch, I really appreciate. I think it's hilarious. I think that it's worthwhile critiquing, but then some of it's a slog to get through. Proving Demon shit was that. Proving Demon shit was hilarious. It was fun to watch. It was fun to dissect, but it was just too much of it, you know? And like, because we're going in blind, we don't really know, like, can we skip this 5 minutes? Is there going to be something in there worth watching? So yeah, I am doing my best to scour YouTube as much as I can to find as many channels as I can. The problem, I think, comes from how many of them are like the same. And I do have a strategy for that. I do have a way to look at these like very similar channels that are kind of more boring. I think I have a way for us to look at them in a fun way. But that's like most of what I find on YouTube is like people just kind of like low energy talking about one of these topics and like really not catering it to anybody besides whoever might be interested to watch that, you know? But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well out there. Myself, I've been feeling a little bit sick lately, but I don't know what's wrong. And I've been going to all my doctors, but they just don't have the answers that I need, you know? And I found this channel on YouTube that I think just might be able to give us the answers that the doctors and the medical professionals who have, you know, dedicated their lives to this stuff. I think that this channel might have the information that they don't want to tell us. His name is Dr. And apparently he knows the cure for just what's affecting me or just what's affecting all of us in this modern world. This channel is hilarious. This is the channel right here, Dr. or Dr. PH. I'm sure it's Dr. PH, but I kind of just want to call him Dr. Let me tell you the secret. Here we go, man. I need that secret, dude. I've been just feeling shit lately. My mind has been causing me turmoil. I haven't been able to think clearly or lead a productive life. So you better have the answers, Doctor. Let's see what you got. The most recent video on this channel, and this is the first one that I came across, is called Dysautonomia or Dysautonomia, or something like that. Light body energy repair. I'll just play this out. Let's see if the doctor has the answers for us.
Are you experiencing a headache?
Hold on, let me adjust the volume. Dude, this content. All right, here we go.
Are you experiencing a headache, stiff shoulders, low back pain, numb fingers, excessive sweating, frequent urination, disturbances in the visual field, memory problems, insomnia?
Oh my god, it's like they know me so well. What the fuck was that? Oh, empty. That was so well timed. I have that sound in like my own soundboard. So I was like, did I just like press some combination of keys that made that happen? What's up, empty? Hello. Dude, it's crazy how well they're describing my symptoms. I have a headache. I have dreaminess. I have low back pain. What the fuck is dreaminess, by the way? That was one thing in watching this that I was just like, I cannot figure that out. I love the description of the symptoms, though. The animation is so perfect. All of these animations are original, by the way. Look at these, like, I love the frequent urination and the problems with your vision, with your visual field. Watch what they do with that animation.
Sweating, frequent urination, disturbances in the visual field, memory problems.
Memory problems is pretty good, too. Oh,
insomnia, dreaminess, chest tightness, an irregular heartbeat, constipation, diarrhea, or
at the same time, by the way, both diarrhea and constipation at the same time. This, whoever has this, man, you know, I'm like, this would be so fucked. Like, you got diarrhea and constipation, you're frequently urinating, you can't really see. Like, your life is just falling to shit. Like, it's like way too much stuff, you know, for one person to be experiencing all at the same time and not really like be seeking a diagnosis. Like, who's sitting around watching YouTube videos feeling all of those things simultaneously, who's not just like already looking to go to a hospital?
And none of your doctors could put the puzzles together. Well,
none of your doctors could put the puzzles together. Symptoms equals puzzles. I love that.
This could be symptoms of dysautonomia. Nowadays, more and more people of any age, gender, or occupation have been impacted by dysautonomia.
So I've never heard of this before. I looked it up. It seems like it's a completely real thing. I don't think it's fake at all. The way that this dude explains it, though, get ready for it. One thing that I just want to comment on, though, is like the place that this dude is broadcasting from, like the fucking spaceship with the golden throne, dude, like the fucking panopticon of the cosmos coming to us, like from the eye of the universe, telling us the knowledge that we need to know here on Earth. Like, I love the concept behind this shit, dude. So, like, yeah, dysautonomia is a real thing. I have no idea how to say it. Basically, the way that it's described on Google is that it's a dysfunction of the nerves that regulate non-voluntary bodily functions, such as heart rate, blood pressure, and sweating. So, like, essentially, there are nerves inside of our heart that tell our heart when to beat, and there might be things that cause those nerves to function arrhythmically, right? Or breathing or other types of automatic control mechanisms, as Dr. will call it. So that's a real thing, right? And a lot of the... What's up, Skelly? You guys in the... Why are the sound alerts, like, drawing you in so much today? Like, are they, like, specifically advertising themselves to you? That's hilarious. What's up, you guys? How's it going, Skelly? We're learning about dysautonomia from Dr. here. Did it actually advertise to you? The sound alerts exist? Oh, that's okay. I did not ask for it to do that. All right. Hey, I mean, feel free. I did make them 0 bits for a reason, you know? There's like a time period in our stream's life where we'll be able to enjoy that. If this stream ever grows, we won't be able to enjoy that anymore, right? Like, as soon as there's like 20 or 30 people in here, you can't have it. Oh, I should have done something better. Fuck, dude. Dude, I should have done something better, man. I should have done something better. That could have easily been a to be continued. I'm like foreshadowing the future. I just ruined it. I don't know. Maybe I got it. How's it going, Bretzo? How's it going, Skelly? Dude, okay. So just be honest. Tell me if you missed the beginning of the video, because I really want you guys to see the beginning of the video. Like, if you just got here, Empty saw it, I want you guys to see the beginning of the video. I might just start it the fuck over if like, it's too good. Okay, Bretzo missed it. Skelly, did you miss it too? It's okay if you did. It was 55 seconds. I just really want you guys to see it, okay? It has to do with what we're looking up right now. Apparently, there's this, like, thing that you can experience. You've been lurking. Okay, so Bretzo. All right, so I'll clock it back a little for Bretzo. So it has to do with dysautonomia. None of the let's see if the symptoms are here, actually. Let's see if dreaminess is here. I have no fucking idea. Do you guys know what dreaminess is as a symptom? Yeah, okay. Dizziness, maybe that's what he means. All of it sounds like most of what he was saying is here. I just definitely don't see dreaminess here. Oh, you're so dreamy. I didn't know that was like a medical condition. I thought that was just like a description of somebody who was attractive. Brett, so this is the channel. It's Dr. and he's going to tell us what's wrong with us. I'm going to play the first minute again, you guys, even if you've been here. So let's just enjoy it for what it is. Coming to us from the fucking cosmic panopticon in his golden throne here.
Are you experiencing a headache, stiff shoulders, low back pain, numb fingers, excessive sweating, frequent urination?
The frequent urination is still the best, dude. The little fucking jog. Yeah, the VTuber doctor. Oh man, there's such a delay when I unpause.
In the visual field, memory problems, insomnia, dreaminess, chest tightness, and
dude, chest tightness looks horrible. Did you see that? Holy shit, dude.
Dreaminess, chest tightness.
This dude's dying. This isn't just chest tightness. This is fucking death, man. What the fuck?
An irregular heartbeat, constipation.
I didn't see it before. Do you see the arms on the constipation guy? Oh, he's trying so hard. I don't think I've ever been constipated to the point where I'm trying to shit and I have my hands suspended in the air. Yeah, look at this.
Constipation.
Oh fuck, we didn't really see it. Dude, when I'm unpausing, we're just gonna have to deal with it today. When I'm unpausing, it's like legit about a half a second or more until it plays. So we just gotta kind of deal with it.
An irregular heartbeat. Constipation.
Oh, I know why. I'm playing this at motherfucking 4K. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need that now that I'm alive. I'm like amazed I wasn't dropping frames. I noticed that this dude had 4K enabled on his videos earlier and was like, let's watch this in 4K. I mean, we could honestly, could we full screen this? I feel like we might miss stuff in the top right corner, but whatever.
Diarrhea or tinnitus.
Tinnitus. Apparently that is how you say tinnitus, by the way, or tinnitus. Do you want 4K? Do you want, I mean, we could do 4K diarrhea if you want. He does like some pretty cool stuff with like the CG imagery.
And none of your doctors could put the puzzles together. Well,
by the way, so if we're actually, okay, so if I'm being like completely unironic with this for a second, that line right there is the most fucked up line where he's like, and none of your doctors know what's wrong with you. How many of us go to a doctor feeling a little bit of discomfort somewhere, ask them what it is, and they say that it's nothing, but we're like certain that like we feel something, right? And like then we're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna like go online and then find a YouTube video where somebody's gonna be like, oh, that thing is dysautonomia. I need to hear how he says it. I have no idea how to say it. Dysautonomia. But anyways, yeah, I think that's the most predatory part, right? Because it's telling us who this video is targeting. It's not just people who experience all these things. It's people who experience them and don't have an answer from a doctor. So instead of going to a doctor you trust, let's listen to Dr. on YouTube, right?
well, this could be
Are you experiencing death? Yes, we all are.
symptoms of dysautonomia. Now,
Dysautonomia. Dysautonomia. Is that actually how I would say it? Hold on. Like, yeah, you're experiencing dysautonomia. There's no way I can't say this. Oh, I didn't realize that the word was going to be my arch nemesis for this video, dude.
nowadays, more and more people of any age, gender, or occupation have been impacted by dysautonomia and disrupted sleep patterns. Most people with these symptoms choose to do many types of checkups in hospitals or specialist clinics, while many actually wait a year.
Why does the music sound like I'm about to make like $1 million off of Bitcoin? Like, what the hell is this? It sounds like some venture capitalist bullshit when they're like talking about like health advice. Why is it like sounding like we're about to like reach the fucking zenith of the mountain, you know, and we're about to like appear onto the horizon like we never have before. Like, I'm so confused by the tone. Yeah, I don't understand this too. Yeah, Chekhovs or checkups. Why is he so close? I don't get why he's like someone who experiences like what, you know, I think we honed this language during the Starseed video, and I think it really sticks. Like, just thinking about how wide of a net these people cast with the words that they say when they're trying to be like, who is affected by this, right? And so now if you're somebody who goes to the doctor a lot because you've got things going on, you're unsure of them, well, you might be somebody who has dysautonomia. God, I hate that word.
Or a year and a half. To learn, they have
his hands, dude. Every word that he says, he talks like this, or he turns them up like this. Have you ever considered this? Well, it might be this. This body language suggests that I know what I'm saying.
dysautonomia.
I have to just say it. I mean, the dissonance between the voice and the body here too is something to be like, There's something to be said for that. There's something very surreal about the whole setup already. But then on top of that, the voice that's coming out of him is just like, it's so uncanny valley.
It is so difficult to diagnose that medical personnel don't make a conclusion easily. When
Medical personnel don't make a conclusion easily. Sometimes the structure, I'm not going to slam him for being ESL, but sometimes the structure of his sentence says something I don't think he was trying to say there, right? Because it sounded like medical personnel can't really conclude on whether or not you're experiencing this thing easily or not. But what it sounded like he said, like, is that they can't conclude easily because they're just like being scientific. They're being like pedantic and need too much knowledge and facts or some shit. Look at his hands right now too. I feel like every time we stop, you can see some like, little rough around the edges bits with the animation here. Like I'm looking at his index finger right here and I'm looking at the clipping over here.
Only shows early signs. They also need to take other possibilities into account to avoid a delay in treatment. Most patients may find it tough and helpless.
Oh, so he's saying the length of time that it takes for them to diagnose it, like, makes them get worse into it. Oh, I see.
During such a long
So is he going to say, don't worry about a diagnosis, just start to do the treatment?
diagnostic process, those who have early stage symptoms will normally get medications that help them fall asleep. Dysautonomia can be caused by many reasons, like an irregular lifestyle, excessive drinking, drug addiction, or in most cases, psychological factors such as childhood trauma.
Okay, so this, by the way, is like actual real shit. And this kind of reminds me of what we always sort of think about when it comes to conspiracies, is that, because trust me, there is a twist to this. I'm not going to reveal it just yet, but there's always like, it's always built on like 10% truth, right? So like, this is real, that you can experience dysautonomia and it can be caused by these external factors or mental health issues, right? Just know right now, before anything else, that is actually a thing, right? Okay. And sure, it might be hard to diagnose because the symptoms appear as other things. So your doctor is going to give you a sleeping pill when really there's some other root cause for it. Okay. Okay. All so far, so good. Where are we going, Dr. I should just start calling him Dr. PH. I think if it was an actual person, the disconnect between his world and his face wouldn't be there. Actual facial cues could fill in the gaps of his language. Oh, yeah, of course. No, I think that's exactly what's going on here. There's something so perfect about the presentation of the doctor in his universe that like it makes it uncanny and surreal for us. I love it, though. It's part of the charm. This channel, as I was saying before, is so goddamn charmful. This channel is so goddamn charming just because it's not a person talking at a camera. Like the music, the stock footage is part of it, but less so. It's more like the music and the doctor. It's just the setup is so like unique, you know?
Extreme personality, introversion, pessimism, irritability. It can also be psychosomatic. For example, school pressure, academic.
Dude, he's literally saying this can be caused by everything. Okay, like it's a real thing. It actually happens. But this is like when you do a WebMD search and you're like, I have a dark spot on my skin, and it just like it gives you everything, you know? Like this literally is just like everyone can have it. Anyone who's experienced life might have this, and the signs of having this are basically being a human, right? Like, Jesus Christ.
Work and life pressure. The impact after losing your loved ones.
That's not psychosomatic. He just said that there's like a psychosomatic factor. But like, if your mental state is causing you to like have actual physical symptoms, it's not psychosomatic anymore. Psychosomatic is when there is nothing at all. Unless I'm misunderstanding that, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is somatic shit is like completely mental, right? Like there is no actual disease. It's just a complex that you have. So like you couldn't really actually have a condition or a disorder or a disease or whatever we call this. I don't exactly know what we call this. Without with it being psychosomatic, right?
Personal relationships are all related to it. It doesn't happen overnight. From the perspectives of spiritual science, it's the decrease of one's light body energy. Some dysautonomia patients.
Did you get whiplash from that fucking twist there, dude? It can be caused by stress, external factors, mental problems, or it can be caused from a degradation of your light body. Isn't that hilarious, dude? It's like, oh, that was actually pretty good, Skelly. It's like, let's get some legit medical advice, right? And then in the next breath, like, oh, we might, the problem might be your light body. I don't know if you knew this. Dude, I was having a smoke outside before I started streaming. I was like, what do we do if somebody asks like what a light body is? And I was like, oh, I can explain like what they believe a light body is, but it's like, why should I? Like, he doesn't explain. So like, it's a light body. You got a dirty light body. You got dysautonomia. You got a bad light body. Fix that light. Make it brighter. Then you'll repair that shit. That's the twist, by the way. Now we're into the real portion of the video. The first 3 minutes is like, hey, maybe you have this real thing. How do you fix it? Oh, your light body. Like, such a fucking dramatic shift.
No clue how they get it and don't know what to do. Some of them decide to try everything they think of to figure it out by themselves. If you are certain it's dysautonomia.
Okay, this model, I love that all of the CG stuff is original. This model is a little creepy, gotta be real.
Get yourself
something about that blinking severed eye.
Prepared. From that day onwards.
Does that say livers? Ah, yes. Our very scientific understanding where we have 1 kidney and 2 livers, dude. What the fuck? Yo, I'm dying. This is too funny. Are you fucking serious? There's, by the way, we're in blind territory for me now. This is completely new. That is so fucking hilarious. We've got livers and a kidney. It is a very normal human body here.
No matter what stage of the symptoms you are at, you have.
Why do we have like 2 brains?
To make
parasympathetic and sympathetic. I don't think it means we have like 2 fucking brains, dude.
To the way you live your life.
Why are they drinking like vegan superfood smoothies over here? Like sometimes when people choose stock footage clips, like I get that there's not an infinite like store of stock footage out there, but like this one was clearly made for a specific purpose. Like I think this one was made for like the drinks to be the center. Like these don't come across as just like 2 normal people living normal lives, dude. If it is, I don't want to live in this fucking world, man. I gotta be real. All right, I gotta go back. I missed a little bit of what the good doctor was saying. What's the prescription, doc, man? I'm feeling all this. My livers are in such pain, dude. My livers have never felt like this before. Doc, before I lose one, what's the prescription, bro?
Stage of the symptoms you are at, you have to make major adjustments to the way you live your life.
Oh, maybe that is it. Our major adjustment is drinking vegan smoothies, and that repairs our light body. Dude, I'm doing light work every fucking day in that case just by being a vegan. I'm happy for that. My aura has never been cleaner. I don't need no fucking sage shower from Riz over here. I can enter his house and not mess up the flow of the energies at all.
Mood management, or even your work pattern. And it is extremely necessary. It won't just go away until you start to take it seriously. Dysautonomia is a mental illness.
Wait, it sounds like you can just have a better lifestyle and it'll go away. What does he mean exactly? He says it's a mental illness. It doesn't sound like it's a mental illness if your fucking nerves are not working properly. Like, that's not just mental at that point.
That affects you physiologically. Medication and counseling are the most common treatment. Some people choose nature therapy.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Decide to work out more.
That sounds good.
And adjust their habits.
Nice.
Which is good.
Yeah.
And actually helps.
Yeah.
Yet, most people don't know the fact that dysautonomia brings physiological and psychological changes to you. The autonomic nervous system is a vital control system.
Wait, now it says liver and kidney. What? Why did it say? Wait, was that? Whatever. No, I'm rolling with it. It said livers and kidney.
That maintains physiological mechanisms and regulates bodily functions. The breathing, heart rate, body temperature.
Are those healthy lungs, by the way? Let's look at those lungs again. I don't think those are healthy lungs, man. This feels kind of TOS. I don't know.
And regulates bodily functions. The breathing.
Yo, what's up, Zoops?
Heart rate.
Lost in
body
the liver.
temperature.
Dude, the fucking diagram before Zoops said livers and it said kidney, as though that was the actual anatomical truth.
Sweat secretion, digestion, gastrointestinal.
Oh, dude, everything is just fucking like, it's, what do we call it? Undulating. Everything is just undulating in this body, just like slowly. Like, dude, don't show me this. You can make it prettier than this. Like, I love that there's all of this like really nice CGI work going on, and the person who made it was like, yeah, let's just like make the lungs really wet and make everything just undulate, dude.
Motility, and so on, all relied on the autonomic nervous system. It acts large.
Dude, wait a second. Did he just say what I think he said, dude? I'm sorry. I know that I just kind of paused a bunch and that felt like it was really long. It's like 20 seconds. I need to hear what he says is this fact that people don't know. He said people don't know this fact that it's a mental thing that's causing physiological problems. But then it sounded like he just said some dumbass shit. So I'm going to play this one more time.
Physiological and psychological changes to you. The autonomic nervous system is a vital control system that maintains physiological mechanisms and
who doesn't know this? Like, this is, I was so focused on the CG, I didn't hear that he's just literally explaining that the autonomic nervous system controls, autonomia, dysautonomia. Maybe that's it. Dysautonomia. Maybe that's it. Okay. I got to find a comfy way to say it because we still have fucking 8 minutes left of this shit. But yeah, the whole point of this like 20-second explanation is the autonomic nervous system controls shit in our body. Like, okay.
Regulates bodily functions. The breathing, heart rate, body temperature, sweat secretion.
Why did he show like the eyes? Oh, I guess because it's sweat and salivary glands.
Digestion, gastrointestinal motility.
Yes, the nerves control everything in our body. You can go ahead and list everything, or you can just say nerves control everything in our body. Holy shit. Nerves control white blood cell production. Oh. Nerves control our digestive tract. Oh. Nerves control our legs. Oh, like, holy shit, dude. Yeah, I don't understand the two brains at all, Skelly. Apparently, we have a sympathetic brain and a parasympathetic brain. This is new for me. We have two spines, two brains. Some nerves come from one brain. Some nerves come from another brain. And nerves apparently control everything. but limited to what he's listing right here.
And so on, all relied on the autonomic nervous system. It acts largely unconsciously and regulates body processes automatically according to changes in the internal and external environment.
Dude, holy shit. Let's get to the point here.
Once a disorder happens, one's physiological and psychological conditions will become chaotic. To put it differently, if the
Did you guys see that hand movement? To put it differently. Did you see that? Like, who does that? To put it differently. Like, I think the animation's awesome, but he missed the step on some of these. Look at these hands.
chaotic. To put it differently,
He's doing fucking like secret Illuminati hand signs over here. Oh no, you're one of them, dude. You're one of the scientists who want to keep the secrets from us, dude.
if the light current inside the body gets weaker, causing voltage in
Yeah, wait, let me check on my light current right now. Hold on, I got an app on my phone to monitor my light current. What the fuck is he He just casually moved into this. The autonomic nervous system controls every part of our body. The light current inside of our... Like, what the hell? How do these fit into the same fucking video, dude?
if the light current inside the body gets weaker, causing voltage instability, the automatic controller becomes abnormal. People
So here's what I really fucking hate about this video, and just kind of about like, you know, about this sort of like, I had a good way to put it earlier, but it's just about this sort of like conspiracy, like alternate science, I guess. It's that like at first he was saying some like fine advice, like to fix this, live a more regular lifestyle, stop consuming so many drugs, right? Maybe go on a hike, exercise, like try to like get some mental help if you can, right? Like that's all awesome advice, right? But then he's like, but people don't understand the fact that really this is all about how shitty your light current is inside your body, and you need to work to fix that. Like that's the direction this is moving in. And like that's the part that doctors won't tell you, right? Because like the whole channel's brand is like, let me tell you the secret. So the secret knowledge is like our light current like is weaker in our body, and that's making it so our autonomic nervous system can't fire off, as though our nerves don't operate with electrical signals but operate with fucking lights. Like we have fiber optics in our fucking bodies, dude. This is hilarious. And then like, source, trust me, bro. Like there's never like a study or anything. Like they just drop that in. Like your light current in your light body is just kind of weak. Like they just drop that in. Like everyone's out here like, oh fuck, I never thought of it that way, dude. I never thought my light current in my light body was fucking with my autonomic nervous system so that my fiber optic cables weren't controlling my heart properly. Like, there's so many leaps of faith in this. It's nuts, dude.
reacts to dysautonomia differently. For example, someone...
Where is this dude, by the way? I love the way we depict space sometimes, because like if we were where this guy is, this shit's being bombarded by asteroids like every fucking day, dude. I love the way we depict space, you know?
For example, someone may have an abnormal heart rhythm all of a sudden.
Oh shit, dude. If your heart is beating like that, don't fix your light body. Go to the hospital, please.
The heart is about to stop beating, and then it beats too fast in a second, making the patient start to be panic and think it's a heart attack. They stop breathing and begin to breathe heavily again, as if they will breathe their last anytime. They feel extremely weak. And
yo, what is he saying right now? Is he saying that because people have this, sometimes they'll have an arrhythmic heartbeat that'll feel like a heart attack, and their heart will go crazy, and they'll think they're taking their last breath, but really they just need to fix their light body? Like, is he going to discourage people to think that they might be having a heart attack if their heart is beating like that? Like, holy shit, no, please go to the goddamn hospital. Please call an ambulance. Like, you can't just sit there and fix your light body in that time. Imagine fucking having a heart attack. Being like, oh, shit, dude, I think I'm having a heart attack. Okay, all right, I might be having a heart attack. Oh, Gaia, hear me. Feel my breath as you breathe yours. I summon the light body from within my third eye. Like, what the fuck are, like, it's just insane, dude. This is so stupid. This is why this shit is harmful, in my opinion, dude.
sensitive to the cold. Even sleeping under many blankets cannot stop the chills, like sleeping in an ice house. They sweat so much because of these blankets that the bedding becomes soaking wet. Some people may experience a headache.
I am so lost right now. I am so lost. He's like describing incredibly specific things you might experience because of this. I'm so lost.
Vertigo or tinnitus that rings in various intolerable frequencies in the ears. Stomach ache, too much gastric acid, and abnormal gastric motility are also the symptoms that are often mistaken for gastric hemorrhage. Irregular bowel movement occurs too.
Okay, this dude is literally saying if you have irregular bowel movement, if you have problems with your stomach, if you have problems with sweating, if you have problems breathing, if you have chills at night, if you feel like you're going to have a heart attack, then you've got dysautonomia. Like, what? Nah, dude, you should probably get checked out for those other things before you listen to Dr. over here, right?
These people have diarrhea whenever they eat and become really weak, which is often mistakenly believed to be stomach flu, as common as the symptoms.
It really sounds like he's just saying that anytime people are diagnosed with the stomach flu, that it's not actually that. I can't, like, that. I'm trying to put myself in the mind of somebody who's just like so weak-minded they listen to this stuff and they think that this dude knows what he's talking about. And oh my god, one of his buttons is really frustrating me right now because his shirt clearly ends here, but his button starts here. Oh my god, I can't fucking stand that. But, like, it's really annoying me because, like, somebody who watches this and thinks that he knows what he's talking about is going to, like, hear a doctor say that they might have, like, IBS or that they might have, like, some incredibly, like, you know, like, easy to address thing. And they're just like, yeah, no, it's dysautonomia. Like, no. it's probably just you're going to have a heart attack, my man. Holy shit. What's up, Jumbo? This is Dr. He's gonna tell us the secrets. Right now he's telling us the secrets that dysautonomia, which is misfiring in our autonomic nervous system, is caused by a problem with our light current in our body. When our light current gets too weak and our light body needs repair, then we experience this. And doctors take too long to address it. So we need to listen to Dr. over here sitting in his cosmic throne to give us the wisdom. Do you see there's no... Yes, that guy. Yeah. There are no such thing as coincidences. The synchronicities have led you to this video, which means that you... That guy is so nuts, dude. What are his qualifications? Knowing how to make a CGI white man. That's it. He's going to get us pH balance with our light, with the light in our bodies. I was wondering, like... if it was pH, like pH, you know, balance, you know? All right, here we go.
may sound. They are something people won't truly understand until they happen to them. The symptoms differ from person to person. We have to think about the nature of what makes our physiological and
the symptoms differ from person to person, but everyone probably has the symptoms, just so you know.
psychological mechanisms chaotic. After you go through this stage, you move to the next phase of
I just, again, the fucking, like, we're building the future music. It's just killing me, dude. Like, can we get a difference in tone at this point? I know exactly, Jumbo. He sounds like an alien playing a human. I would agree. Yeah, no, the voice is so, like, it does not mesh with the CGI model at all. But what I love, here's what I love about the CGI model, is it says that the person who made this channel thinks that in order to convey an authoritative tone, you need to have a chiseled white man speaking from a golden throne and a cosmic spaceship from which he just watches all of the earthly matters play out. You know, like that's the way that you convey an authoritative tone in the creator's mind.
What I'm trying to say is when our body is no longer functioning well, we have to consider what we have lost and how to fix it. Here,
Okay, I'm not gonna shit on him too much, but he definitely just said how to fix it, not and how to fix it. I'm not gonna shit on him too much. Not gonna shit on him too much, but he just definitely said how to fix it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's learn about our light body.
are the three aspects we can work on. Our light, mental,
The mental body. Right.
and astral bodies.
The astral body. Wait, what? Dude, what? Okay. I am not going to treat this more seriously than they treat this. Never mind. I was about to be like, wait, normally I hear people say that the light body and the astral body, that seems like there's a lot of overlap. I'm just going to go with this motherfucker's framework. There's an astral body, a mental body, and a light body. Let's go. Tell us about them.
Which are three of our energy bodies.
3 of our energy bodies. How many do we have? I guess when we watched Riz, we learned there's like father energy, mother-in-law energy, ballerina energy. So I guess somewhere out there, I have like a construction worker energy body that is in need of repair because I don't pay too much attention to it.
To start with, we try to put ourselves together for our family and those who care about us.
You know what's funny to me about these chuds too is how separate they think everything. Oh, the stock footage we've already been. It's so funny. But one thing that I think is great about these chuds is like how limited their imagination is. They're like, there's the physical body and then the mental body, because it's like for them, it's like when you do something in the real world that like is only atoms moving, and then if you like have thoughts, well, that's like a different like kind of physical or kind of energy. So it's like separate, but they're intertwined. Like you have one body, there's aspects to that body. You can think of your emotions and energy, quote unquote, heavy quotes, as like a thing. But like to say it's like a separate body that is real and like has health issues that you need to address, just like your physical body, and to only pay attention to the physical body is ignoring your astral, mental, light, father-in-law, whatever other kind of body that you fucking have, right? Like that's just so dumb. Like you do something in the physical, it's going to improve the mental, okay? You know, like it's not like if I work out, I'm only getting buff and there's no fucking mental improvement there. This guy is so baby brained.
Oh.
It's not even this guy, by the way, because he's just selling ideas back to people who already that's how their minds work. It's just like so separate, you know, everything is so separate, and it's like based on our senses. Like we live amongst atoms, right? Like all over the place. The only difference between like some atoms and my atoms is like the number of electrons and like how they bond and shit like that. But like we're all still a part of a collection of atoms, right? And they'll say that shit and they'll be like, oh, we're all interconnected. But then they like at the same time like are like, yeah, me and you are still actual real concepts. It's like you can't destroy the boundaries and be like, yeah, no, we're all just like differences rising from the plane, which like I kind of agree with on a philosophical level. Like that's like Deleuzian philosophy. That's like Deleuzian ontology, right? But then they go on to say like, but at the same time, there is me and you. And it's like, you guys are just contradicting yourself. You don't realize it. It's just, I might have been getting too lost in my own explanation there, but it's just very basic brain thinking to be like, oh, there's like physical, mental, light, like energy, and all of these are separate from each other and don't interact with each other.
In nature and travel around.
And to say also they're all equally real, by the way.
Try some light workouts. Avoid strenuous activities. Do something meaningful. Get rid of negative habits. Do not abandon yourselves to despair, because we still have a long way to go. Next, have a regular...
It's so weird because it's like, that's not bad advice. I'm so torn about this content. It's like, if people are walking away being like, this is the thing. It's like, if Granddad here is walking away from this video, like, I was watching a video the other day and they suggested that my heart problems might be down to my light body needing repair. And so I'm going to exercise more and I'm going to go see a therapist. It's like, is it really that bad? If like that's the conclusion, like it's kind of weird.
Lifestyle and adequate sleep. If you find it difficult to fall asleep, try to relax yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. To be specific, relaxing your body is to shut your physical sensations and feelings down, and
no, it's
to
not.
breathe slowly.
That's what I always hate about this stuff. Turn your brain off. Like, that's true relaxation. If your brain was turned off, you couldn't relax. Like, that would mean that death is the best relaxation, dude. Like, just fucking kill me, dude, because that's the best relaxation, apparently. Like, that's so dumb, dude. You wouldn't be able to appreciate the relaxation that you were experiencing if you weren't conscious to some degree, okay?
As if it's effortless and deep. This is the only way to get your autonomic nervous system back on track, to calm your mind. Just
No, it's not. The other things you listed were the steps. This is like the goal. The steps were what you listed. The goal is to like calm your mind, right?
stop thinking. Stop looking back.
Step number 1, stop thinking. Step number 2, stop looking back. Doctor, I am experiencing such turmoil from the trauma that's happening in my life. Number 1, stop thinking. Number 2, stop what was number 2? It's just like, these aren't realistic, man. Stop doing negative things. What was number 1 and 2 again?
Mind. Just stop thinking. Stop looking back.
Just stop thinking. Stop looking back. You got trauma? Stop thinking. Stop looking back. Stop being so negative, dude. Reminds me of Thavian with the fucking like, just go pet a dog. You're stressed? Go see the sunrise and set on the same day. Go pet a dog. What are you doing? Like, if I could if I turn my brain off, I'd be happy. I know, right, dude? It's so hilarious. Like, oh, whoa, dude, you were in pain. You're suffering existentially. Wait, just don't. Wait, what do you just don't? Have you ever thought of just don't? Like, fucking mind-blowing advice coming from Dr. over here, man.
Stop worrying about the future.
Stop worrying.
All the upset and agonies come from our...
This is okay. All right, I'm gonna paint a dark picture. Sorry, we're having fun. We're memeing, but this is the problem for me is that we've got this dude who's like, stop worrying about the future. This one triggered me. Okay, stop, like, turn your brain off. Stop thinking about whatever. Like, obvious shit advice, but it's not like you're being an actual toxic human at that point. When you tell someone to stop worrying about the future, it's like, okay, so let's take somebody who's living in like Section 8 housing, like is probably like a single mother or something, has like 2 or 3 jobs, right? Like might get evicted, behind on rent, behind on bills. Like, and we don't even need to have them be a mom. There's just enough people in America in this situation, right? Where they're living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have 40% of the country doesn't have $400 to spend on an emergency, right? Why shouldn't that person worry about the future? Like, if something went wrong and that person did not take the right financial steps to the penny with their money right now, then they could be fucked for years. So, like, I hate this advice. It's always coming from a privileged position, right? And that's also why you see so many of these, like, these spiritual chuds are like privileged people who like don't really seem too fucked up, like in terms of finances, right? Some of them fuck themselves up because you get poor people who want to believe in this stuff and think that it can turn their lives around, right? But it's just so dumb to say stop worrying about the future when for some people tomorrow can fuck them up for like the next 5-10 years, unforeseeable future, right?
Our own mind.
Anyways, just it's this dude is, I don't know who the fuck is making this. I'll read the channel's description in a second. This dude's clearly just clearly an idiot, like clearly in his own world, clearly just a little bit deluded, like probably really privileged, hasn't experienced a lot of trauma in his life, you know, and it's just like, I'm going to solve everyone's problems by going online, making a CGI doctor, giving him a cosmic space station from which to broadcast from to tell the world the secret that you need to just let go. You need to just not feel it anymore, bro. Just don't worry, bro.
Calm it down. An
Calm it down.
Optimistic philosophy
bro.
of life is the key to maintain.
Just calm it down. Life, just calm it down, dude. Money, just calm it down, bro. Pressure, social pressure, just calm it down. You calm it down, okay? God. Dude, calm down is like some of the worst advice. Like, so many times when like I've been upset and somebody's like, just calm down. It's like, shut the fuck up every time. Anyone ever says that to you, it's like, you're the one, you might not be the person who made me angry, but you were the person I am killing if I get the chance, you know?
Our mental body and light fields to soothe your soul, reprogram your subconscious, and get to know the meaning of life. Only a good perception of life.
The meaning of life, oh God.
Make sure our physical, mental, and astral bodies merge.
He didn't say light body there. He said physical and moved up the light. So apparently our physical body is our light body. Mind blown right now.
And resonate. In the Christian belief, it is called Trinity. When the body, mind, and soul, or in other words, our physical, mental, and astral bodies are 3 in 1.
I love when they do this, dude. It's like, I can think of 3 things. The Christian church has the Holy Trinity. 3 is really important. Those 3 things must be important. Like, the logic is so flawed. He just made up 3 random things and was like, that's like the Holy Trinity, bro. Yo. You know, here's the truth. Everybody has 3 desires. They need sex, right? They need entertainment, and they need Monster Energy drinks. And that's the Holy Trinity, bro. The Christian church, they had the Holy Trinity. 3 sex, entertainment, Monster, Holy Trinity, bro. So, meaning of life, we just found it out right here. This doesn't seem to be based off any spiritual texts. This is complete nonsense. This is, whenever we watch a channel like this, it's becoming so much more obvious that this is somebody watching other YouTube videos, taking random facts and just stringing them together as best they can. They're being like, oh, this one dude said I had an astral body, and this other dude said I had a light body. And like, there's like people who say like, you know, your mental is like a realm. So like you got like a mental body, a light body, an astral body, and then like a physical body, but that doesn't even matter. That doesn't enter into the Trinity whatsoever. In science, well, you have livers. It's like they just like take random shit that other people have said and they're like, that's the truth. And all of it must fit together somehow, right? That's the other thing. It's like anything they believe, they're like, well, it must all fit together somehow. That we must have a light body and an astral body. Because the astral body is not the light body. Definitely not, bro. What a deal. 3 for 1. Yeah, I love that. It's like we got 3. You know what else has 3? Christianity. They've got the Holy Trinity, dude. It's like, okay. You know what else has 3? IHOP. Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's the meaning of life, dude.
There will be a resonance field. Gradually, the nervous system gets to be repaired, and the good health will
He just throws in there will be a resonance field and moves on instantaneously. I guess I will too.
be with you. I'm Dr. PH. This is science, not religion.
This is sure, bro. Yeah, livers, light body. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, definitely science, bro. You've shown us all the evidence that we need to know that this is real science and that doctors agree with you. Yeah, this is science. That's why the entire medical field never talks about light bodies, right? That's why like entire scientific canon has never used the word light bodies once in any of their textbooks or pre-med resource material, right? Like that's why that is, right? Because it's science, not religion, of course, dude. He sounds like he's Chinese first language. I don't care too much what his first language is. Does kind of sound like a translated text a little bit. There's some moments where his ESL does get to be a little bit funny. I'm going to do my best to like, that's not the point for me, right? Like there are times when it does add a very comedic element to it. But I think this is way funnier, dude. This is science, not religion. Don't come to doctor for religion. You're going to get science. The truth that you need to know. I love that his cosmic throne is levitating too. I love this. This setup is great. Yeah, this setup like has no sacred geometry in it though. Gotta be real for like his like physical manifestation of his own like body's Merkaba. Like I would expect there to be like way more synchronicities embedded in this. All right, what the fuck is the end of this? I'm just stalling here.
Time is ticking. Please like the video and share it to your family members and friends and ask them to help spread the ideas. You can help more people. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye. Let me tell you the secret. This is awesome. Oh, dude. Every video on this channel is gold, by the way. I was looking through earlier. I was like, let me bookmark some of the good ones. Every single one I watched was good. Let's read the channel's description, huh? What is Dr. F's backstory, dude? Hi, this is Dr. F. I'm from Orion and now traveling through the universe. I lived on Earth for 26 years, where I found people don't know much about life and the science of the universe. Although I left Earth, I'd like to pass what I know to you all. Environmental disruption, climate change, and many species being on the verge of extinction. The Earth is facing a crisis point. We can't just take care of our own race as a whole and ignore animals, plants, environment, and ecosystems around us. He has like an environmental like slant here to make changes together. So don't forget to subscribe. This is science, not religion. Spiritual science, that is a term I have not heard since like 2016. Does not belong to any religion. It is just the science of the universe. Let me reveal the secrets of this mystery world. So we've got an Orion here who is hundreds of years old, ancient wisdom on deck, coming to Earth, realizing that we're poop beings or cave beings on Earth who need education, and he's here to pass down the secrets. Let me tell you the secret. I also love the idea that it's like, why is it a secret then? Like, his premise kind of defeats the idea that it's a secret. It's like if it's a truth, if it's a universal truth, it's just the truth. Like, the only reason it's a secret is because you're like implying that like the scientific community doesn't want these truths out there, quote unquote truths out there, right? Like, that's the whole issue I have with this channel, by the way, is this is science, not religion. When, yeah, no, literally all of your beliefs are based in verificationism, which is the actual indication that it is religious thinking, or at least bases itself in religious tendencies, right? Science is falsificationism. Religion is verificationism every fucking time. But anytime we have a conspiracy, Chud, they'll tell you the opposite, right? They'll tell you that like being open-minded is like believing everything that you hear that like confirms your own bias on something already, right? Like, that's what every conspiracy Chud will tell you. That's what being open-minded is. The banner is gold. The whole channel is gold. We're doing more right now. We're gonna do destiny. We're gonna do destiny, an anchoring effect. Let's find out about our destinies here on Earth. How do I lead a successful and fulfilling life, Doctor? Tell me. Let me know the secret. Tell me the science, not the religion.
There's a secret of the universe that no one could know. Everyone is born with an invisible vault.
Wait, what did he just say? Okay, hold on.
There's a secret of the universe that no one could know.
That no one could know. But you know it?
Everyone is born with an invisible vault where the wealth of your lifetime is stored.
What the fuck? Okay, whatever.
It's a belief among many modern religions and ancient prophets.
Okay, that was a moment where the way he says among sounds like he goes, among. Ready?
Among many modern religions.
Among many modern religions.
And ancient prophets. For the majority of people, it's a dream to become rich.
That's not people's dream. That's like some like genie shit where you're like, oh, I got 3 wishes. I wish for like a good job, bro. It's like, no, dude, people's dream is not to be rich. People's dream is to like live a life where they can experience the most well-being and autonomy possible, right? That's any wish anyone has typically ends with that. Like, that's pretty much what they want to get out of it. The reason you need money is to do that. It's not because people just want to be rich. They're like, oh, I love me some money, dude. It's like, in order to experience the most well-being and autonomy, you kind of need to be rich, unfortunately, right? It's just so stupid. It's true. Most people want money. I guess most people who even want money might not even phrase it in the way I did there. But what's behind it ultimately?
Men are great for the dreams they have.
What did he just say? Wait, men are great for the dreams they have? No, they're not. Wait, so like I can just sit here and have a dream that I'm like gonna have the most like a groundbreaking discovery in the field of quantum physics in the next 50 years, and I'm gonna become a world-renowned scientist, even though I'm just like an amateur right now on my own. So I can have that dream, and that makes me great. Dude, that's awesome. I love the world this guy lives in. Just don't, dude, you know, you're having problems, just don't think. Dream big, and that's what makes you great.
For the dreams they have. What is yours?
To be goddamn comfortable. Literally the same with everybody.
Kid, you may dream of becoming a doctor, a pilot, or a police officer.
It is so sad how true that is. It is so sad that when we're kids and we're asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? It's always answered through a vocational lens, dude. Is that, for my people who are outside of America, is that how it is where you're at? Because when I grew up, it was like any adult that asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, what I wanted to do when I grew up, it was always like expected to come back in like a vocational form where I'm like, I want to do this job, right? Like I have to like envision myself fitting into like the working world. It was always so sad. I remember when I was a kid, I was just like, I don't fucking know. I'm 8, bitch. I'm a fucking 8-year-old. I don't know what I want to do. And you know what the problem with that was? It made me feel like I need to know. And then the other problem was because I felt like I needed to know, I decided really young. I was like, I want to be an artist. 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 And it made me like write off everything else that could have been really cool, you know, and that my mind was like geared towards. Like I'm very scientifically minded. I could have done like some kind of like cool chemistry shit. I could have done like, oops, I shift my camera. Hold on. There we go. I could have done some kind of engineering shit, you know, but I was just like, no. I want to do my stuff. I want to be an artist. It's like, and that, like, I think it's because people asked me too young. Your friend answered T-Rex. That's an awesome answer. You used to answer doctor to stop them from asking. Yeah, that's probably a good move. It's funny how cynical we were about that question. I wonder if a kid is... There were kids who used to get that question and like enjoyed it so much and like enjoyed fantasizing how they would fit into the adult world, you know? And like so much of our play at that age was constructed around imagining how you would fit into the adult world. Like imaginary play, like oftentimes was literally like, let me take on this job and this role that I've seen adults have, right?
At around the age of 10, you may dream of being a superstar, a president.
Yeah, I don't think kids want to be doctors at all. They want the like romantic ideal of saving people's lives as a doctor. We sell every occupation to a kid as like the most romantic idea of like what it possibly could be, right? It's like if you're a policeman, you stop bad guys, right? And like literally people's never mature from that. Oh, I just thought of that, dude. There's so many fucking conservatives in this country who are like, yeah, well, why do you want to defund the police? They take care of bad people. Like they literally have not like grown a deeper appreciation for the dynamics that that like happens under. Or they'll be like, I want to be a chef to feed people. It's like that's not how the world works. I picked it because my pediatrician seemed like a cool guy. That works out. I picked artist because I was just like, yeah, I want to paint pictures all day. I want to draw pictures all day. I want people to tell me that I make cool stuff all day. You know what I mean? And then I went to fucking art school. Like, I'm glad I have a fine job now and I can do this shit. And I'm not like having to like, I don't need 2 jobs or whatever, right? I'm glad for that. But shit, man, that question nearly ruined my fucking life, dude. Swear. You know?
In your 20s, you may dream of finding a good job or your better half. In your 30s, you may dream of being a senior manager.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Okay, wait. These are such heteronormative dreams. When you're 10, you might dream of like being president or being a superstar. When you're 20, you might dream about getting married. And when you're 30, you dream about being a senior manager. When you're 50, what do you dream about? Going bass fishing? Like, I feel like this is just getting sadder and sadder as we go. When you're 60, you dream about going to Home Depot. Like...
starting a successful business.
Yeah.
Or having kids. And
or having kids.
Building a wonderful family. Everyone consistently pursues and fights for the dreams.
That's not... No. What? Everyone consistently pursues and fights for their dreams? No, they don't. Most people are just like, fuck, dude. I guess that this life that I was promised from the time that I was a kid, that if I do whatever, that if I try my hardest, I can be whatever. I guess that's wrong. I guess meritocracy is a sham. So I'll just end up a fucking dead-end worker at this retail job and do fucking meth on my off hours. Like, what is he talking about? Not everyone pursues their dreams furiously with like relentlessly, consistently pursuing them. Like, that's fucking bullshit, dude. I feel like less than 1% of people could say that they like consistently pursued their dreams and made them a reality, right? Like that's the only like I don't think it could be higher than that. I don't think it could be like 10%. Like most people are just gonna develop cynicism, be like, I guess my dreams are fucking wrong, dude. I guess like I didn't realize that like thanks to this fucking spawn point that I was given, I can never fucking be Bill Gates or do some shit like that, right? Like, and then they're just gonna give up and then they're just gonna find a job that like pays the bills, right? Like that's literally most people's experience, not the other thing.
Hoping one day their dreams will come true, living happily and wealthily ever after. Life is a journey. From the day we are born, we are destined to have a certain family.
What? From the day we're born, we're destined to have a certain family? That sounds so fucking weird. Yo, that just makes me feel like there's like some kid who like hates his fucking family. Is like, why was I born to these shitty people? I was destined for greatness. I was destined for a better family. What does that mean? You're born, you have your family. You're not destined to any other family. You got your family. What?
Parents and loved ones.
It's not true. That's so sad. You're such a, you have no, this dude, I don't know, maybe he is Chinese. I have no idea where he's actually from. But this dude is like the most conservative, like traditional mind possible. Like the idea that like you're born into a family and there are loved ones around you and that like you'll pursue your dream and that everyone dreams of like being famous and having kids and having a good job. Like, no, dude, that's a sad reality. That if that's Dr. reality, like that's pretty fucking sad. Also, you know what I love? Here's something that I really, really love is an Orion, like somebody who's claiming to be like a fucking like starseed being, like looking down on Earth who spent time here, like knowing so much about our culture, you know what I mean? Like, and wanting to just like talk to us through that lens. Like this wouldn't matter to like an extraterrestrial being. They would talk about this so differently. Yeah, I work with a lot of Chinese people and I know like basically what like an English Chinese accent sounds like, so I'm kind of confident on that. It still could be different, but like I'm just trying to imagine right now like where he's coming from, and what I mean by that is like value wise, right? Because he's coming to us with like some conservative ass traditional fucking values, and you know, China has a culture of really upholding those values, like being a functioning member of society, being somebody who like takes care of your family, like all of those things are very much exalted. They are in America too, but there's a lot more cynicism here about like, oh, your family might not be perfect, or you might not come from a you know, good situation. There's like pressure in China to like be a performer, to like be an A-type person in society, right? So I can see that coming more from that lens, but that's also most of the world too. So it's like it could be, could not be, but that's the reason that I brought it up, right?
We all have different dreams, regardless of how rich or poor our family is. During the journey of life, we have different encounters, come across different things, make friends, and find our own lifelong companions.
Wait, really, man? I thought when we all go through life, we meet the same friends, go to the same places, and make the same lifelong companions. We all make different friends and go to different places in life. Man, we have a lot to learn from Dr. here.
Everyone wants to be someone that people really adore and admire.
People who are that type of person think that, by the way. Like, the only person who thinks that everyone wants to be liked and adored is somebody who wants to be liked and adored, but doesn't want to admit that there's somebody who wants to be liked and adored. That's not what everyone wants. If you want to like be honest about it, yeah, people don't want people to dislike them. That's like a bit of a difference though, right? It's not that you want everyone to like you. That is so unrealistic. Most people just don't want people to fucking hate them, right? Or fucking detest them, right? So I just love that simple truth of, oh, everyone wants to be liked. Like, no, maybe you do, Dr. High and Mighty Orion, coming to us without worldly values like materialism or greed, right? Maybe you want to be liked and adored, but not everyone, man.
But most of us cannot even live our dreams throughout our lives. So people start to seek help from divination.
Wait, that's not the first place most people try. Oh, I can't get my dreams. Okay, I'm gonna fucking conjure up the spirits here to get me what I need. Like that's not most people's first turn right there. That is hilarious.
or astrology when facing
I love the fucking animation. Like what is happening there? Like I'm conjuring up my wealth and my energy orb over here. What is that?
difficulty. Whether it's Eastern fortune telling or West
Yeah, both of the videos so far have been 0 to 100 like so quick. Like he's just like, "Oh yeah, you know, like you might have dreams, like you might want to live those dreams out, you know, and when those dreams fail, you might turn to magic." Like, no. No, I don't.
astrology over thousands of years. The ancients had continuously worked on both of the techniques.
The ancients. I love this idea. It's always so funny to me when like they say shit like that, like the ancients, because the idea is just like the more ancient it is, the more true it is. The older it is, the more real it is. The newer it is, the like dumber it is, and the more we ignore like the true ancient wisdom that we've known for centuries. It's like humans for centuries were like, "Yo, bro, the earth, it seems pretty flat, bro. Like I can see out there and it's like a straight line, and like, you know, I look over there and it's like another straight line. Like it seems pretty straight, bro." And like in the last 100, 200 years, we're like, nah, that doesn't really seem like, or I guess 300 now, it doesn't really seem like it's too round there. It seems like it's too flat there. It's probably kind of round. You know, it seems like based on everything that we know, it might be fucking around, right? And then somebody's just like, what's the ancient wisdom? What's the ancient wisdom on this one? Oh, that the earth was flat? Well, that's the right wisdom. That's like literally how their mind operates. It's like, oh, that understanding is based in science. That's based in illusion because it only thinks about the physical world. It doesn't think about the spiritual world. So I defer to ancient wisdom when we had a connection to spirituality. Like that is literally how their brain works. It's like modern day thinking equals lack of a connection to other realms besides physical, therefore equals limited. Ancient equals expanded. Like that's literally their mind on this.
And study the connection between an exact birth time and movements of planets. These prediction systems were the result. Through astrology, humans try to get a sneak peek of our future.
Is he about to tell us?
Is
he about to tell us that like that's a good way to figure out the future?
The assets, social status, the amount of kids, the spouse we may have. Although it's not 100% accurate.
It's not. You're giving it a lot of credit there, even getting close to 100% accurate. What accuracy would we say horoscopes and astrology typically has? I would not even approach saying that it's near 100%. It's not 100% accurate. It's just barely ever accurate most of the time unless you read the sentences in a specific way and apply them to yourself. Like, how do you save yourself here? Like, you're now saying that astrology is basically the truth. When you say something like that, like, you are now basically saying astrology, yeah, it's not 100%, but it's pretty much the truth. Like,
accurate. The prediction normally has a certain reference value.
A certain reference value. Dude, like cold reading like this, it has a certain reference value. If you're like, oh, you're a college student, you must be going through a lot of changes in your life. You're meeting a lot of new people. You're thinking about things in a way you never have before. You're going to a lot of new places. So, you know, be open-minded or something like that, right? Like, sure, I guess that's. Did I just do a horoscope though? You know what I mean? Like, sure, that's a good reference. Like, just thinking about people's general psychological steps and condition in a situation. But is that astrology? Is that really what that fucking is? Like, no, it's just kind of knowing like what people might be going through. Like, that's literally it.
Look around. Do you find people who are rich
What?
or destined to be entrepreneurs?
Wait, what? Do you find people who are rich or destined to be entrepreneurs? Like, no matter what they do, they're just going to be an entrepreneur? That's something that takes like a lot of like focus and active effort. Like, you're not just going to end up an entrepreneur. Like, oh, I guess I just like happened to make Minecraft, bro. Oh well, I didn't I guess I'm a successful entrepreneur. I guess I was destined for it. Like,
without any effort. Among those who successfully start their business, not all of them are talented or even hardworking.
oh my god, for in the dude in Doctor's world, talent and or rather destiny equals privilege. That's his world. Destiny is privilege. Like, have you ever met somebody who like is pretty successful but they're not really talented or hardworking? It's like, yeah, that's a privileged person. No. It's a destined person. Like, that's where we're going right now. This is so fucking dumb, dude. Oh my god.
For some women, appearances and educations are not necessarily their strength.
What? What? Just like, what? Why did... Wait a sec. Hold on. I gotta go back. How did we get onto women? Is he saying that men can be successful CEOs and entrepreneurs and their destiny can be like to be rich and successful, but for women, like, they might not be that strong in appearances or education? He literally said they might not have the good amount of strength in education and appearances. How are you, what is that?
Around. Do you find people who are rich or destined to be entrepreneurs without any effort? Among those who successfully start their business,
Okay.
not all of them are talented or even hardworking. For some women,
Why does he just move into women? Not all of them are talented or hardworking, like women. Like, how does that flow? I'm really trying to understand.
appearances and educations are not necessarily their strength.
Appearances as a strength, man. What are your skills? Looking good? Dude, this is... Oh, God, man. Some women are ugly and stupid. I know, I'm a professional. Yeah, that is literally what he's saying. He's like, some men are not talented or hardworking. That's like the downsides. Like, some men might be talented for success, but they're not talented or hardworking. And some women might be successful even though they're not good looking or smart. That's literally what he's gonna say.
But they get to have a good husband.
That is literally what he's saying, dude. Men life goals, business, make money, be rich, conquer the world. Women life goals, find good husband. Make sure strong, attractive education so good husband get.
Willing to love them forever.
That is so... Dude. Oh, God. It's funny to me. It's really funny to me how like these like enlightened chuds just like really have the most old school values. And like, I wonder how... There's so many questions this brings up. I'm going to let it go. Clearly we're just dealing, as we said before, clearly we're just dealing with somebody who like very much exalts the heteronormative way of being and way of living your life and limits people's possibilities to that, apparently, in his imagination. Let's see what else he has to say, though. This is pretty fucked.
We see such examples all the time.
Has he shown a woman... Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I need to just find out. Has he shown a woman in any of these other scenes who wasn't being hugged by a man?
You see the assets.
Oh! What's this? I guess maybe she just has her strengths in education and appearances, though.
Status.
Or, you know what? She's not even... You know what? We're reading this scene completely wrong. Because I'm reading this like she's the boss and he just got hired. But you know what actually just happened? He's the boss and he just secured a marriage contract. This is his new wife. This could not be a businesswoman. The pantsuit threw me off for a second because I thought she was a man. I mean, she's wearing a suit, you know? Yeah, no, this is a marriage contract happening here.
the amount of kids, the spouse we may have, although it's not 100% accurate.
This is so fucked. All the business scenes.
Who are rich or destined to be entrepreneurs.
It's like he specifically made sure to not include any women in these scenes, even though he was like willing to include them in business scenarios before.
Without any effort, among those who successfully start their business.
What a tangent.
Not all of them are talented or even hard-working. For some women, appearances and educations.
And educations. I didn't hear that the first few times. Their appearances and educations are not necessarily their strengths.
Are not necessarily their strength.
You know what, Doctor? Nor yours, my friend, okay? Nor yours, my friend. I'll give you the appearance. Sure, Doctor, you're quite sexy, even though you got a little bit of like, I don't know, some like thin layer of perspiration going on here. But I don't think your educations are your strengths, my friend.
But they get to have a good husband.
I love the get to have, dude. This is so fucked up. This is like the most fucked up few seconds here. Like he hasn't, maybe there's more to come, but I guess because we're talking about destiny, it's called destiny and anchoring effect. It's just like, oh, you're tied to your fucking nature, dude. Oh, you were born a woman? Well, I guess you're a baby carrier and you got to look for a successful husband, dude. We're likely to get more. If it's that easy for him to drop it in, we're likely to get more. Let's see.
Willing to love them forever.
Allow them to be with them, willing to love them. It's so sad. These dumb, ugly women can still find somebody who's willing to love them. Like, ew. Just fucking ew, dude. That's so gross. That is such a nasty way to talk about that.
Such examples all the time. And it is closely related to the destiny we are born with. As
closely related. I love the like diminishment in his language. While it's not 100% accurate, it's closely related to our destiny. So if like anybody's up in here like, you can't say that's destiny, he's like, I didn't say it was destiny. I said it was closely related to destiny, bro.
astrologists in Eastern and Western countries have tried to figure out the disciplines of zodiac movement in the universe.
So destiny is astrology and is also privilege, according to Dr. here. Okay.
And the link with humans' personalities, fortunes, and emotions at all times. So,
dude, he really has not shown a man doing anything besides like being successful in a business setting throughout this entire video. Anytime we see a man's success, it is like in a business room in a board meeting as people like applaud him for the size of his cock and briefcase.
What's the link? Let's talk about the 12 houses of the horoscope wheel. A house, in this case, is a symbolic representation of the divided sky, according to the time and location of your birth. Two individuals who share the exact same birth time could still have different personal traits.
It's like these things have no bearing on our personality at all. And even when you're making the claim, you can't even say that two people born at the same time are the same. It's like these divine synchronicities, as you claim, don't really have anything to do with who we are. And that's why you have to make statements like, is closely related to our destiny or not 100% accurate. God, it's so stupid, dude. It's like, why... Dude, somebody who's watching this just like is so like ready to fucking buy into this. Like they have no critical faculties. Like why else would he be using language like that if he was just trying to run away from the actual conclusion that he's trying to get you to, right? Like he's trying to be like, these things have meaning, but then he knows he can't say that because like you can't really make the claim that like your life is going to follow your astrological sign because somebody who's in your local newspaper might write a dumb horoscope and he knows that. So he's like, well, I can't say it's 100%, so I have to like back off that claim. But like he'll still say it as much as possible by saying, yeah, you might not be the same as somebody who's born at the same time as you, but there's similarities. Like it's just getting as close as possible to the hard claim without making the hard claim. But then somebody who's like wants to believe in the hard claim thinks that he made the hard claim. It's terrible. I hate it. It's absolute sophistry.
As their birth charts are not identical. To be precise, at the moment when one is born, an anchoring effect occurs. His or her astral body, time and space of Earth, and planets are connected.
Everything's connected, just not in the way you say. I always have such a problem with this. It's like, yeah, everything is connected. When I move my hand, I'm moving air, and that air influences the rest of the room. When I move my hand like this, I'm changing the pressure in my room. Like, yeah, we're all interconnected, but not in like some kind of cosmic crazy way. Like, the idea that we're all connected is like an occultic metaphor so that people understand that there's not this like distinctive hierarchy amongst humans as we like tried to uphold by like the Catholic Church and structures like that, right? Religious institutions are trying to impose hierarchical orders onto our societies and our system of values. People who study the occult would just say, hey, these distinctions and these categories are arbitrary. And the way that they would say that is that we're all connected. To say we might look at ourselves as separate and distinct. We might look at somebody as a serf or a government official, right? We might look at them in those ways, but we're still all connected. It's a fucking metaphor. It's not meant to be like our energies are connected and when I do something you get affected and we're each expressions of the same breath of the universe just on different degrees. It's like, no, dude, please stop. It's a fucking metaphor to get you to just understand that the way that a human breaks down the world is based in illusion. And it's arbitrary. That's all it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to tell you that your energy is connected and some magical shit can happen from that, dude. It's so mind-numbing because I wish that we would look at spiritual stuff in that way because it would be really productive. But we don't, and we're so stupid and we're so media illiterate that we think when we hear somebody say we're interconnected, we mean literally. And that when they say there's like a light body or energy that needs cleaning, it means literal. You know what energy work is? When I set my house up in a way that I find pleasant, I've done energy work. If I come home and I'm like, damn, I like being here, I've done energy work. It's not a fucking, I draw a magic circle on the ground, sacrifice a cat, sit there with candles on and do some fucking mantra, and then like, I'll have a positive effect. Maybe I will. And in that case, sure, you did energy, but it's not because you like summoned some mystical fucking being to change the energy in your world. It's because you did something that you believed in that had a measurable effect on you. And the idea of magic is just to like understand how you could influence yourself, not how you could like fucking put a hex on your crush because they didn't go out with you when you asked, like some fucking incel or some shit, dude. Dude, it's so frustrating, man. The state of affairs where we're at with media literacy right now is literally why I want to take the channel in this direction, but it is also something that fuels me with a righteous fury, dude.
Each house represents a specific transit. When a planet visits a house, it either lights up or blocks the house and changes the brightness of one's astral body. We can predict someone's fate by reading the birth chart.
I guess we just shouldn't even bother living our lives then. Like you just get a chart done when you're born. Oh, that's my life? Okay, cool. I guess I'll just let it play out then. Like we still are an active agent in our fucking lives. Holy shit, dude.
You may ask why. It's just the law of the universe.
It's just the law.
I would say.
It's just the law.
It's a principle the Creator made.
The Creator. I don't understand this. Are we within the realm of Christianity or not? He did mention the Holy Trinity before. I just always assume with these people, they like think of like one world religion. Like they try to like look at all of religion and they think this is what people who believe in quote unquote spirit science think. They think that all of the world's major religions have had partial truths that we can take and compile some deeper truth with and create like one global religion, right? So whenever we watch a channel like this, I always think that that's the creator's position. My assumption is they're not specifically religious to any one group, but that they'll believe in things like gods and energies and like try to form a complete picture of what the world might be like through piecing together bits and pieces that they like from other religions or mythologies, right? But when you then like say the creator, it's like, wait, are you just monotheistic? Like, how do you what? Like, I don't understand how those two things like are together. If you're just monotheistic Christian, like, why are you sitting here telling me about this, man? Like, who is the fucking creator, my guy? Also, another metaphor. It's like the creator could just be the Big Bang. Why not? Why not? Why not? The creator is the Big Bang. Why not? But it's not like it operated with intent. Okay. God. And a law of the universe, by the way, would be made by the creator if the creator was the Big Bang, because the Big Bang kind of dictated our physical laws and shit like that, right? But like the way that this dude is saying it is it implies a teleological perspective that like the world was built with a specific purpose and meaning, right? And we're like discovering that. And like these synchronicities have purpose. They're not just coincidence.
At the very beginning. To put it in a word we use today, it's just like algorithm.
Yeah, this is just like determinism. Like this is literally just determinism. This dude has just never heard that word and thinks he just came up with a concept on his own. Like quite literally, this is just determinism, and this dude thinks that he just like made up a new fucking thing, the anchoring effect. Like it's called determinism, my guy. And it's just as fallacious as believing in free will, and we can talk about that some other time, but it's just funny to me that he's like coming up with this as though it's a unique thing that he's like divining when it's like a pretty regular take, especially in a post-enlightenment society where people put so much faith in the scientific understanding of the world, right?
Assume those astrological houses are different parameters anchored by the exact time.
Different parameters of what? Just a parameter alone doesn't tell you anything. That's hilarious. It's like you look at like a fucking like, you know, like a mixer, an audio device. I'm trying to think of the best like most normie example because not all normies would know what I'm talking about. It's like you're working with an oven, right? And you're like, what do these dials do? And I'm like, those are different parameters. And you're like, oh, okay. But you don't know what the fucking dials do. It's the same problem here.
And place of your birth. And there you have a specific anchor point. As planet moves. All the shifting things are like different variables. Such information implies your fate.
What does he mean by like variables? As though variables are real. What the fuck was that? All the things moving around are variables because they would be represented abstractly as variables. They aren't like variables as though there's a real thing, variables out there.
And fortune for each year. Normally called the insiders.
What?
Speaking of wealth, how rich you will be relies on your destiny. The fortune of yours is...
So now he's making a hard claim, right? Before he was running away from the hard claims, being like, yeah, this kind of dictates the outcome and like maybe it'll influence it. It's connected. Now he's outright just saying like, no. How much money you have, that's your destiny. And your destiny is your astrological anchor point, right? And then on top of that, we know, just because we're a little bit more advanced in the dialogue that he thinks we're behind in, that it's really just privilege and like social standing, right? Like if you just change destiny to privilege and social standing, I would completely agree with this point. Your privilege and social standing dictate how much money you might attain in your life. Yes, absolutely correct.
stored in another dimension, in between the man and earth divisions.
The man and earth divisions. Again, with this whole like separate, but like not really sure where the line gets drawn kind of shit. Just God.
It's a cave-like treasury. If you would like to have more, you need a grant from the Sky Division.
What the fuck? Dude, I need a grant from the Sky Division then. Can you tell me how to apply for a loan over here? Yo, I did not know that if my cosmological vault was running too dry and I wasn't wealthy enough that I could just write a proposal to the Sky Division for a grant and get some more cosmological funds. How do they pay out? Ethereum? What is this? What is a cosmological vault? Who is Sky Division? How do you get a grant from them? What is this? This is the weirdest stuff he said all night, unironically.
Otherwise, anything you do is in vain. Even the money.
You cannot, dude. That's so sad. Oh, everything you do is going to be in vain unless Sky Division grants your proposal for a larger cap on your bank vault, on your cosmic vault. What the fuck, dude? If you're poor, you should try to get yourself out of poverty. Don't fucking tell somebody that just because they might not have enough money that their cosmological vault is empty. Unless they write a proposal to Sky Division, it's futile to try any harder. That's terrible advice.
From the lottery you win.
Don't play the lottery. Yes, it could be easily gone because of the motherfuckers who play the lottery. Don't play the lottery. Please, don't play the fucking lottery.
Easily be gone. Swindled by friends.
What is this? What is this, dude? What is this? I love, in order to prove his point, a lot of times what he does is just like, imagine a scenario. It's just like, you know what might happen when you're trying to like get more money is you'll lose it all gambling. Like your friends will take it all. It's like, okay, it might also work out. I might also be able to gain money. Wow. Don't play the lottery, please. And never, ever play the lottery. Okay. Unless never play the lottery if it's your last money. That's all I'll say.
On investment. Many other people make every attempt to be rich, but are
many other people make every attempt to be rich but are led to negative
outcomes
because their cosmological bank account is run dry,
like getting addicted to a bad habit, gambling, lust.
What does lust mean? That's just like some weird ass puritanical shit. What does lust mean? What? You can't ruin your life with lust, I don't think.
Drinking or ruining their health.
Yeah, ruining your health will ruin your life, obviously. I don't think that lust should be on this list. Everything else, yeah, sure, that'll be worse in your life if you do those things. Lust, I don't think so.
Ending up failing to enjoy their wealthy lives, to change the fate, to be wealthier, luckier.
Wait, is he saying that everybody is like, should be adequately wealthy enough, and the only reason you would feel upset or an inadequacy is if you desire too much more? It's like, I want to think better of this channel, but they've almost proved me wrong at every turn, right? So I'm starting to like make the assumption that like they're just kind of ignorant as fuck to like most people's struggles. And like, again, when it comes to like the people who believe in spirit science and stuff, like that is how it goes. Like they really are very ignorant to other people's struggles and like can only look through their lens and think that like, well, I didn't really have that side of a life, and any time that like something bad happened, all I really had to do was like think about it, and I kind of got over it. So like that must be like what other people have to do. Or like, you know, I went to college and I tried hard, and like now I have a pretty good paying job. So like maybe if people worked harder, it's like spirit science is like pull yourself up by the bootstraps with magic. Yo, oh my God, it really is, dude. All of this shit, all of the alternate science shit, all the enlightenment shit is literally just pull yourself up by the bootstraps but with magic, and like said as though it's like magical advice. Wow, I've never realized that. That's actually kind of like mind blowing for me. Now I have to remember that. now all I have to do is remember that so I can point that out. Cause that's what manifestation is, right? That's what, like, when these people are like, oh, just like transmute your thoughts, bro. Like, oh, you're feeling kind of bad, like, about your life, bro. Like, just transmute those thoughts, bro. Like, that's literally just pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Or like a moment ago in his last video where he's like, just don't think. Just stop worrying. Like, that is exactly what conservative ass MAGA chuds would say. Damn, that is a parallel I did not think about until now. All right, anyways, let's go ahead.
Healthier or so. You have to work on your astral body to make a difference. Humans are always curious about the future.
He just drops some random ass stuff that, like, what, you have to work on your astral body? Like, how? What does that mean? It just drops it in, like, we should just know.
Dream about the future, hoping that these dreams come true. Remember, life is full of challenges.
Dude, you know what I'm imagining? I'm imagining somebody who, like, finishes watching one of these videos and like really buys into it and is like super well meaning. Like, I don't think this person would be mean at all or anything, but they're just like, they want to do good. And they go out and they're listening to their friends, and their friend is like, dude, I don't know, man. I just feel like I can't get ahead. And like, I feel like I'm just really struggling in life. And then this motherfucker who just came from watching this video goes, you know, I was watching a pretty helpful video on YouTube, and they suggested that, like, if you were to work on your astral body, and acknowledge your cosmological anchor point, that you might be able to come to terms with your destiny and be able to write for a grant from Sky Division so you can get an increase to the capacity of your cosmological bank account. Like, that would be so, I would be fucking gobsmacked. My mouth would just be like, I would not know how to respond to that person in that moment. But there are people who unironically would do that. There are people who unironically would watch this video and be like, dude, this is some pretty good advice. Fuck me, dude.
Sometimes the fact that we can never know what the future will bring motivates us to make the most of our lives. Besides, if we knew all the stories beforehand, will life still be fun? Hope you enjoy.
Aren't you saying? I don't know what he's saying anymore. I'm lost.
Our exploration of the invisible vault.
Invisible vault in Destiny and Sky Division.
I'm Dr. PH. This is science, not religion. Time is ticking. Please like the video.
Okay, so it's the same ending every time. I was just gonna watch the ending to see if it was different. Damn, dude, this channel is toxic as fuck, man. This is really bad shit. Let's see. There's two others. I was gonna do, so my plan was just like, let's go down these first 5 here. I'm kind of skipping because I know some of these like are a little bit slower to start. I think I might do why meditation next. Yeah. So like, here's the thing, right? And I think I've said this before, but when I'm looking for this stuff, there's certain things I'll keep off the list. Like, there's certain things that I won't cover. And some of them are because they're like just helpful. Like, if somebody's like, hey man, maybe you should start meditating. Maybe you should try yoga. Hey, Buddhism is kind of cool. Like, if somebody's making that kind of content, I'm going to let it slide. I'm going to be like, yeah, that's great. When somebody says, hey, you should meditate so you can heal your light body and activate your DNA to improve your body's light current to fend off diseases, that's the kind of content I'm going to review. So here we've got why meditation, but you know when we're talking to somebody like this that they don't just mean meditation. They mean like making your brain do some delusional ass shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they mean when they say meditation. They don't mean actual meditation. Like, I meditate, right? I don't do this. I don't do the Merkaba chakra alignment meditation, raise your vibration, align your frequency with the cosmos type shit. I don't do that because it's complete bullshit. There might be like, you know, calming music that comes out of that, right? But I don't want to listen to somebody like speaking their fucking light language at me to activate my Kundalini awakening, right? So I have a feeling that's what we're going to get in this video, especially because it says 5 senses and 3 minds, which we've talked about the bodies before. I don't know if the bodies are the minds, but the idea of the 5 senses, it's like, you know, what's funny about a channel like this is they would say something like your body has like more than 5 senses, which is true. We have way more than 5 senses, like proprioception, right? Like if you close your eyes, you still have an idea of where everything is around you, right? Like even though my eyes are closed, I still know here's my microphone, right? I still know like, okay, if that's where my microphone is, here's like the arm of my mic, right? Like that's proprioception. That's an actual sense. Or sensing temperature, right? Like when I walk outside, I don't need to touch something to feel if it's hot or cold. The air contacting my skin has an effect that, you know, my brain picks up on, tells me it's cold outside, right? There's way more than 5 senses, but it's hilarious to me that he's going to tell us that there's only 5, and then there's like spiritual senses, right? Like it's just like already wrong. Like your scientific understanding is flawed, and then you're just going to build up on some crap from this like flawed understanding that like sounds good to some people in some universe. Maybe when they're from Orion, they bite into this. I wish that was the case. It's kind of sad how many people bite into this again. All right, let's go. Why meditation? Tell us, doctor.
Humans on Earth are born with 8 kinds of sensory awareness.
So again, false. False. I'm just going to put on screen all the extra like senses when I edit this in because it's false. Let's continue.
What we call 5 senses and 3 minds.
3 minds.
They are the senses of sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch.
Damn, I've never heard of this before. This must be what you like pay for when you go to med school, you know? This is some sophisticated shit right here.
5 senses. 3 minds are the conscious mind, thinking mind, and subconscious mind.
Wait, your 3 minds are just 3 different ways that your brain works? What? Did he just say? What was it? Thinking? What was the first one?
3 minds.
Thinking, conscious thinking, and subconscious? Isn't conscious thinking? I don't care. These just sound like different modes of your brain. You are at both at once. You are conscious and subconscious, right? Like right now, I am conscious and subconscious. I'm not thinking about everything that I'm doing. Right? The conscious mind is thinking about the words. It's thinking about my body language. It's not thinking about my breathing. It's not thinking about my blinking. It's not thinking about some of the body language that I'm exhibiting. Right? My thinking mind is processing this information. These aren't 3 minds. These are one brain that has different parts. Like it's so funny again that they're like, I guess if your brain does 3 things, you have like 3 minds, dude. No, you have like 100 minds. You know why? Because you got like a breathing mind, you've got like a heartbeat mind, you've got like a blink mind, you got a talking mind. Like, God, dude, it's so baby brained.
Conscious mind, thinking mind, and subconscious mind.
Subconscious mind.
They are the reasons why we have.
Yo, he just said reasons.
Why? They are the reasons why.
They are the reasons why. Oh, God.
We have sensory, feelings, perception.
So saying you have 5 senses and a brain is why we have perception is correct, except we can just boil this down to like the real thing and just say, since you have senses and your brain, you have perception. But for him, it's like, no, you need the 5 senses and the 3 minds to get perception.
Instinct and cognition.
Cognition.
That shape each of our lives and our own uniqueness. Life is but a dream.
No.
A fantasy that feels so real.
Are we gonna get some In the Matrix type shit? This is again cosmic pull yourself up by the bootstraps, dude. It really is.
In fact, we suffer all the way through our lifetimes. Speaking of descent.
Wait, what? Wait, what? I thought he was about to say, because life is a dream, we don't have to suffer. But then he was like, life is a dream and we suffer until we die. What the fuck was that?
Of sight.
Speaking of the sense of sight, you brought it up. What do you mean, speaking of?
We not only pay so much attention on our daily appearances and those of others, hoping ourselves to be our.
Who does that with their car every morning? Fucking, he's got like a pickup truck too, who like pats down their fucking car in the morning, dude. You probably do focus too much on appearances if you're like white gloving your car and just giving it a nice caressing before you get into it in the morning.
Out of ordinary, but are also addicted to and puzzled by luxury things.
Addicted to luxury things? And puzzled by? I have to listen to that again.
Addicted to and puzzled by luxury things.
What does the puzzled mean? Does he think that people who desire things are not understanding of why they desire something? Like, most people are understanding that, like, it's just arbitrary and it's just brand worship. I don't think anybody out here is going to be, like, kidding you and saying, like, no, it's like, no, actually there would be some people who are like, no, it's like super special. It's like the highest quality. It's the most important, most significant. But I don't think people are fucking puzzled by why they like some of the things they do. I think most people understand it.
Our eyes are the most direct link to worries. Next,
what does that mean? Our eyes are the most directly linked to worries? What?
Sense of hearing, pleasant sounds are good to our ears.
What? If I don't like a noise, it doesn't mean it's bad for my ears. If I hear music I don't like, I'm not like, oh, dude, this is damaging my ears. Pleasant noises are good for the ears? No, pleasant noises are things we like to hear. Dude, I wish that I could just like edit this person's script. I feel like half the things that are a problem are just because they're ESL. Like, I don't know that like half the things they're saying are even what they mean by that. But then the problem is like that doesn't matter. 7,000 people fucking watched this, right? So like for 7,000 people, this was the script and this is the truth and this is what is said. And apparently hearing nice things is good for your ears.
And we find our lives joyful for that. However, we tend to feel painful when we come across intolerable sounds.
That's not true. I do not feel pain when I come across intolerable sounds. And like, I love that the example is like a couple having a fight. So like when you're getting in a fight with like a loved one, you're just like feeling pain in your ears. Like, no.
Ears make us confused.
What?
In the aspect of smell.
Wait, why did he end that? Why did he end that with ears make us confused? I think he's the only one confused here. He's like an alien looking at humans like, what are these fucking ears, dude? These things, what are these folds? These things are fucking weird. That's why they're confusing to him. When he says us, he means his race of Orion beings, not humans.
People all have different preferences for it.
Yes.
Those who are fascinated with sensory stimuli get addicted easily.
No, that's not true, dude. I didn't get I smoke weed way too much. I spend way too much money on weed. Definitely psychologically addicted to it. And it's not because it smelled good, okay? It's not because I'm like prone to enjoying smell, or people who like cigarettes are not enjoying them for the smell, trust.
And end up being led by their noses.
What does that mean? Your nose will get you in trouble? Like, that sounds like some kind of cartoon shit. Like, I'll end up in somebody's house because I smelled pie. Like, and then they'll like, what? Like, find me and get creeped out? Like, what does that mean? My nose is going to guide me.
Sense of taste. Humans indulge in delicious food.
That was a good line. I don't know why that line tickled the shit out of me though.
and often do things to satisfy the craving with our own mouth.
Wait, what? We satisfy the craving to taste things with our own mouth? As opposed to what, our buttholes? Like, what else would we use to taste stuff? What does that mean?
When it comes to the sense of touch, human beings cannot resist the physical desire. We long for
What? Okay, this guy's gotten in trouble before. We can't resist the desire to physically touch something. That is an incel argument right there. No, we can. Please resist your urge to touch everybody, okay? That's like some fucking Elliot Hulse, like, hold your boner strong type fucking advice right there. Like, no. Don't just touch humans because you have an irresistible urge. What the fuck was that?
sexual.
Touch is not all about sexual intimacy. Touch is like literally life or death. Like, if we didn't have a sense of touch, we wouldn't have a sense of pain. We wouldn't be able to sense when we're like hungry and shit like that. Like, it's not just about sexual intimacy, dumbass. Touch is way fucking different than you're conceptualizing it. He just like heard the word and was like, that's all it is. Like, touch, you just touch each other.
Intimacy and can't help becoming too obsessed with it.
That's not. This is so stupid, dude. Like, you couldn't even try harder to make it sound better. Like, this is just an explanation of the senses. Like, you don't need to like do too much here. Just literally like, oh, the sense of touch like allows us to feel things in the physical world. Like, that's literally all you need to do. But he's like, we love touching things as humans. We want to fuck everything, and we often can't resist touching things, and our nose will get us into trouble. And when we want to taste stuff, we'll oftentimes satisfy that craving with our mouth. It's like, this could have been done so much easier.
The sense of touch brings lust.
No, it doesn't.
Our lives seem illusory, but real.
What?
Because
our lives seem illusory but real? No, they don't. Our lives don't seem illusory. They seem real. I think he means our lives are illusory, but they are real, even though that's bullshit as well, just saying. We're going to get some like simulation shit. I remember when I was 8. So when I was 8, The Matrix came out, right? That was like 1999. The year was changing to 2000. I literally, when I was a kid, by the way, on the year 2000, I literally thought it was going to be like SpongeBob, like the episode like AD 2032 or whatever, where like everything was just like chromed out. So like I pictured after midnight on New Year's, the whole world would just like mercury quicksilver turn into chrome. Like everything would just like liquefy and like a coat of chrome would just cover everything. And then like green lasers would just shoot out everywhere. That was what I was thinking would happen when I was a kid. But at the same time, I saw The Matrix and I started to question the nature of reality. It was definitely my first like foray into Cartesian inquiry, right? But the ultimate conclusion to Cartesian inquiry is not we are in the Matrix. It's we cannot know if we are in the Matrix. I just love the idea that like these people think they're like, yeah, no, for sure, man. There's too many coincidences. Like, I know we're in the Matrix. Reality would never be like this. Like, okay, dude.
we are all driven by these 5 senses throughout the journey of life. Now, the conscious mind. The first stage of human consciousness is to comprehend the actions of walking, sitting, lying, and the feelings of coldness.
This is so stupid. The first things you have to do is like, what? No, what? Like maybe that's some of the earliest things that you do. It's so weird to me that like everything is like separate and distinct and discrete. When you're figuring out walking, your brain is just figuring out walking and talking. It's not doing anything else, man. Your conscious mind is just figuring those things out discreetly. There's no overlap. There's no nothing. It's so weird, man. It's like if we were babies, right? And like we couldn't like move our arms while we pissed or some shit. You know what I mean? Or like we couldn't cry while like we ate or something. Like it's like we could only do one fucking thing at a time, apparently, according to the way his schema works here.
Warmth, hunger, and thirst. The thinking mind. Every day, humans wake up with the thoughts of business, achievement, fame,
No!
wealth, romance, family,
No!
friendships.
You don't! You don't! What a fucking sad. Wake up every day. I have family, friends, business, success. No. Some people, sure. I'm not going to take that away, but no. It's not every fucking day, okay?
Love, hatred, gains, and losses.
Every day you think is what he's saying here. He's like listing so many specific things, but he's just trying to say every day you think. Again, it's so simple. 5 senses, sight. We see things. But and then he goes on to say like, oh, it's where you like worry the most. He's doing the same exact shit here. Our conscious mind, we're like figuring out hunger, pain. Our thinking mind, we're thinking about success, love. It's like we're thinking. We're just, we know what that is.
Our minds are never really static. As for the subconscious mind, growing up, we constantly have more and more memories, frustration.
Sorry, I like swallowed the wrong way as soon as I wanted to react. Growing up, we have more and more memories. So once we're adults, we don't have any more memories. God. Again, I wish I could just edit this dude's scripts.
Trauma and fears buried deep in our hearts. As humans, we look back. We feel in need of love. We seek approval and want to fulfill ourselves.
That man bun.
We are tangled up in these 3 types of minds that bring worries, regrets, physical.
We're just caught up in our mind, and that brings these things. Why does it have to be the 3 minds and the 5 senses? And how do the 3 minds bring worries when you just said sight is where worries come from?
Mental tortures. The key to meditation.
He hasn't explained what meditation is. He hasn't explained what meditation is. And no, I'm reading the captions. Sorry, we didn't hear the audio yet. No, it's not to temporarily shut down your 5 senses. That is not. Have you heard of mindfulness meditation, motherfucker? That is not the goal, dude. It's just such a like Western fetishized way of looking at spirituality to think like we're just turning our minds off when we meditate. Like that's maybe some forms of meditation is the goal is to like get to that spot, but that is not any meditation. And again, has not defined what meditation is at all. Just moves into being like, oh, when we meditate, like, no.
Is to temporarily shut down our 5 senses and 3 minds.
No. The way did you see the way he held up 3 there? Look at his fucking hand.
Our 5 senses and 3 minds.
And 3 minds. That's how I'm saying 3 from now on. 5 senses, 3 minds.
These 8 sensory systems exist in the body, mind, and spirit, respectively.
What?
All of them are able to receive and emit energies and release wavelength at all times.
What does that mean? Release wavelengths at all times? I love how much he just doesn't define stuff and just moves on. I'm going to move on too. We just have no explanation. Guess we just release wavelengths.
When we meditate, we slow down our breathing and gently close our eyes.
Okay, this is such a fucking pet peeve of mine, dude. Is this idea that like there's one form of meditation. First of all, when I meditate, I do Vipassana meditation, which is essentially mindful meditation, which is looking at your body, trying to be aware of the way that your brain is working, trying to be aware of the things you're thinking, feeling, and experiencing. It's not trying to shut down that awareness. It's trying to achieve hyper awareness so then you can navigate through the things that you might not normally realize are happening, right? Like sometimes if you feel anxiety, you might not notice what's causing that anxiety to come up. Meditation might give you the space needed to be like, hey, when I feel this way, when I move this way, I start to feel this way or think this way. When my mind starts to go into this territory, I start to feel anxious, right? And it's giving you that space to understand that. It's not doing anything magical. You're not turning your fucking brain off. If you were turning your brain off, meditation literally would not be helpful. Like it would be the equivalent of like sleeping without a dream. Like why would you do that? The reason that it's helpful is because you are working through thoughts and using your brain in a capacity that you normally wouldn't. So it's just a huge pet peeve of mine when people are like, oh, meditation, it's just and you just turn your mind off, dude. You go empty, you go blank, bro. And then like you just receive the cosmic consciousness like Slowpoke and Pokemon. It's like, no, dude, that's not how it fucking works, man.
Meanwhile,
the reason this makes me mad, by the way, is because there's actual health benefits to meditating. There's like actual good things. There's actual mental benefits. There's actual physical benefits. I don't really know the specifics right now. I would say them if I had them. Maybe I can cite them and put them up on the screen in the edit of this or something. But there are actual benefits to meditating. And so like to tell somebody that the benefits are what he's going to say is just such a frustrating thing to me. Like, let's let people try things out that are helpful to them without thinking that it's going to solve every single one of their problems, so that when they go and try it and that doesn't happen, they don't just stop trying something that actually could be helpful for them forever, right?
The wavelength of the site hosts.
It's like people would be like, I don't meditate, bro. Like I don't believe in that shit. Like it becomes that kind of thing where it's like, no, meditating is an actual thing. But you're like making it more stigmatized by creating content like this.
Our ears ignore the sounds around us.
You can't do that.
And seize the wavelengths of hearing.
Cease the wavelength of hearing? I wish I could do that when I meditate. You can't. You can't close your fucking ears. I guess I just haven't figured out the wavelength I need to close for that to happen, though. I'm just too baby-brained for this.
The nose breathe in and out naturally.
Is he going to say you still breathe but you don't smell?
So that the wavelength of smell stops operating.
This isn't meditation. Stop seeing, stop hearing, stop smelling, stop tasting, stop touching, stop mental processes, and then you're meditating. No, you're brain dead at that point, okay? You're probably in a fucking hospital, in a morgue. You're brain dead if that's the case.
By relaxing the mouth, we can shut down the wavelength of taste.
You taste spit. When I move my tongue on my mouth, I'm tasting my mouth. Are people this dumb? They are this dumb. This script was written. Fuck.
Loosening up our muscles as if they don't actually exist.
No, dude.
Stops the wavelength of touch.
So you can like sit in any random position that you want to and just turn off your muscles, and it doesn't matter your posture, it doesn't matter your body weight, it doesn't matter your mass. You'll be fine. You can just turn those muscles back on afterwards, and you know that was a nice little break for them. Like, no, your muscles, if you're sitting like this, your muscles are working. Like if you're able to sit, your muscles are holding you the fuck up. Just because you don't feel that effort doesn't mean nothing is happening. Dude, they're so stupid.
From working. When the five senses all shut down, we gradually lose our sensory feelings and perception. The wavelength of the conscious mind discontinues to function.
This is literally just kill yourself, the fucking video. The advice, why meditation? Apparently you should just kill yourself. Like,
we stop looking back, nor forward. We let go who we are in such a way that we don't exist.
Why would this be beneficial? I really want him to explain why this would be beneficial. Why would it be beneficial to turn off all of your cognitive processes? Meditation is to like strengthen your cognitive processes. Like
At that moment, worries and concerns are no longer there.
that's not true.
The wavelength of the thinking mind also stops. As the wavelength of our sensory
Your
feeling
subconscious can never turn off. If you were able to turn off, dude, he's so dumb. If he says right here that the subconscious turns off, then we literally are dead. Because how else are you breathing? If you're not consciously breathing, how are you doing it without your subconscious mind or your autonomic nervous system? Like, your subconscious mind is not going to turn off ever.
perception and consciousness shut down one by one. The memories and cognition of the subconsciousness, as well as its wavelength, disappears.
The memories and the cognition of the fucking subconscious is built into the neural structures of the brain. Nothing is lost.
When these 8 wavelengths all shut down, we are in the world of unconsciousness. It can be considered to be the 9th sensory awareness.
Unconsciousness is a sensory awareness? What? It's like people saying 0 has value. What?
Which is a higher level realm. At the meantime, there's no time, flesh materials, and egos. The body, mind, and spirit merge with the universe.
Okay, so see, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is the thing. It's like, so people now think, and a lot of like gamer bros and like very, very like online, like, ooh, am I still alive right now? Oh, hold on. My monitoring system is flawed. Hold on, my bad. The thing I'm using to like watch the stream was like not keeping up with the stream. Okay, it looks good. All right, anyways. Yeah, so the people who like see this and are going to get turned off by this are people who like think that spirituality is just this, is just like magic shit, is just like energy work and shit like that, right? Where like meditation can be helpful, but it's not because you're becoming one with the universe and summoning your body's light consciousness or whatever the fuck he's gonna say. Like, that's not what meditation is. When I was in college, I had like an extreme prejudice towards this kind of stuff, especially because I went to art school and there was like a lot of weird people who went to art school and shit, right? But I had like an extreme prejudice towards like very new age people, right? And like, this is part of it. When like afterwards I looked into meditation, I read what people have scientifically have written about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it is something cool. But like, I had to unlearn this shit, you know? That is my major problem.
Resonate with each other and create a bright and massive energy field.
I would love to see someone do this, man.
When it comes to emptiness, worries, gains, and losses are empty of intrinsic existence. Both our mental and physiological conditions get fixed. The luminous.
Why? If you're turning everything off, why would things just get fixed? Literally magically.
And electric fields activate our chakra and meridian systems.
Oh, I see. Right, got it. Because our light is activating our chakra and our meridian systems. It's getting some fucking Curlian imagery type shit happening here. We're repairing our Curlian light body by going into our unconscious state, apparently.
So that the blockages in the body are cleansed.
Dude, I can't.
Tumors.
Literally everything out of it. Tumors are eliminated, dude. Do you see the problem? I have cancer. Guess I just need to meditate so that my light body can take care of the work for me and cleanse myself by opening up my channel, my chakras, and my midichlorians, or whatever the fuck he said. Jesus.
Are eliminated. The autonomic nervous system is back to normal. The body is recovering from all the illnesses and coming alive. May I remind you, a successful meditation session will only happen if you do it right.
That's sad.
And constantly. Improve your thinking and personality completely.
Here's what I want to know. How do you come out of that state? How do you come out of that state? You turn your mind off, senses off, your other minds, your other sentences, everything is off, right? How do you go like, all right, meditation done? Like, God, it's just you know what's sad about this is that it doesn't even take that much effort to like break down these beliefs. I think that's why a lot of the time my reaction is just like, Jesus Christ, oh God, come on. Like, it's so sad because they're just so easy to crack. The narratives, the arguments are so easy to crack. I said this when we were watching the Starseed stuff. I really wish these people would try to have conversations with more skeptics. Not so that they change their minds, but literally so that they could actually have a chance to change my mind, or like just so that they could have strong enough arguments that I'm sitting here like, that's an interesting claim, as opposed to just being like, that is just absolute bullshit. There's no reason we need to put any fucking stake in this idea, right? Like, it would be so much more interesting.
To turn over a new leaf, meditation is not exclusive for humans on Earth. It's a common philosophy for living beings on all the planets in the universe.
Oh, right. All the planets in the universe, all the beings meditate, right? All the aliens out there that we've met all meditate. I forgot. I guess I just forgot.
The science of spirituality has been developed since the beginning of the 21st century.
What? The science of spirituality? I disagree with that. New Age thinking came in like in 80s, 90s. Is that what he's referring to? Like the legacy of that? Is that what spirit science is to him? I like the name spirit science. I think I'm going to keep that for a while. Because usually I'm just saying like spirituality chuds or something. I like spirit science. There also was a dumbass series I could show you guys at some point if you've never seen it. There was a dumbass series back in like 2016 called Spirit Science that was animated that explained all these topics in a very, very similar way. So I wonder if he was like inspired by that channel and just like took the same name, you know?
More and more individuals have started to explore the meaning of life.
What does that mean, explore? Like they know it and they're like exploring the meaning, or like they're trying to find the meaning? Which does he mean here? I get the sense that it's the prior.
Pursuing the truth. Our lives only last for a few decades, and it goes by fast. So if I may ask, what is your purpose in life? I'm Dr. PH. That
was such a random end. Like, shouldn't the end be like, well, meditate or something? He's just like asking us what our purpose is. This channel's toxic, man. It sucks, dude. I wish I will get pleasantly surprised one day. It's not today. This channel just like sells you very, very like large ideas on very shaky premises, and like, in my opinion, would contribute to like active harmful outcomes where people who are suffering or actually looking for comfort would think that they don't need to trust science. They need to, or I guess this is science. Just trust Dr. For all your fucking medical needs. He'll tell you the secret. Don't trust the fucking secret though. Oh God. Okay. All right. That was Dr. Everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Seems like most people kipped out. I don't know if that's the doctor's fault or if it's just the timing of the stream today. But anyways, we're going to be ending here, and I'm going to be seeing you guys on Saturday. I don't know what we'll look at on Saturday. I have to look into some more stuff. I have a feeling I want to show you guys a new segment that I have planned. So we might do that. It just depends on what my searches have been. Oh yeah, you're all good, Brett. So no, it's just like can't tell sometimes, and then I had to refresh to get my laptop here caught up, and then I looked and I was like, oh, okay. It's like, all right, well, either it's or it's just the timing or whatever. We're gonna get more people in here. I think the YouTube is gonna help with that. It's just I gotta get working on it again. So that's my plan, by the way. Tomorrow, YouTube stuff for real this time, and trying to find content for Saturday. So that's what I'm gonna do between today and the next time I see you. But thanks for hanging out, you guys. We have a new character unlocked. Always a fucking pleasure. We'll probably look into Dr. Moore. I should probably just start calling him Dr. PH. We'll probably look into him more as he makes more content. But for now, I think we got a good idea of what the channel is all about. But yeah, I will see you next on Saturday at 1. And until then, don't get into too much trouble without me. I'll see you then. Bye, everybody.